Quavo and Chris Brown take shots with lyrical jabs. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So people, 2024 seems to be the year of conflict. We got beef popping off everywhere. Drake, Kendrick, Rick Ross. And now it's trickled into the R&B world. Well, R&B slash hip hop, because Chris Brown and Quavo have been going back and forth. And some of these lines in this beef is getting a bit crazy. Don't get me twisted, I ain't taking it seriously. But still, it's rumored to be over a female, Karrueche, which I ain't heard that name in a long time. But Chris Brown came out swinging first. Pause. He came out with the weakest link. Short but sweet, set the internet on fire. I wasn't feeling the intro, I ain't gonna lie. All that want smoke with me thing. I'm like, alright. It's alright, but I didn't really like it too much. Chris was aggressive with it, I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised. Some people might say, hey, what was he sniffing? But hey, I ain't saying it. But like I said, some real devastating lines. He was like, put Amiga on a ventilator. And obviously everyone's always talking about Chris Brown hitting Rihanna like 2,000 years ago. But CB responded with a similar type of jab at Quavo. He said he was beating women on an elevator, because there was some footage out there, if you ain't seen it, of Quavo having a little altercation with a female on the elevator. It doesn't look like he's beating her, to be honest with you. It looks like she's trying to hit him or take his bag, and he kind of grabs her and she kind of falls into the elevator. It wasn't like he was giving her some combinations and stuff like Chris Brown clearly did to Rihanna. I see why Chris Brown mentioned it, because the internet were internet. Then if you remember, Quavo and Chris Brown were sitting next to each other at Fashion Week recently, and everybody knows that them two don't get along. You can see the tension just in the pictures of them just sitting there. He was like, damn, it must have been real awkward. But Chris Brown said he gave Quavo a pass, or he would have broke his face. Damn, Chris. Break the whole face like a glass jaw. And the most devastating line in both of these songs so far is that Chris Brown says he wished Quavo was dead instead of Takeoff. Damn, he was saying, he said that everybody wishes that he was dead instead of Takeoff, which I think is taking it a bit too far. I mean, Karrueche, as far as I know, was about 10 years ago that these guys are messing with her. So why is this beef really happening like this? And why are you wishing that man dead? It's wild. But Chris, he ends the song basically saying that Quavo got beaten by a singer ninja. The old Drake line that Drake used against Meek Mill. Overall, it was a solid effort from CB Chris Breezy. And I think the surprise of it all and the aggressiveness of it kind of made a lot of people like kind of big him up basically for it. And 50 Cent was front row giving those plaudits. He said this: oh my God, I just heard this. If Quavo don't come with some heat, it's a wrap. First the Fat Boys break up, now this. You already know 50's gonna come and clown any situation. But like I said, Quavo has shot back just recently with his own song called Over O's and Itches. You know what I'm trying to say. And he responded to Chris Brown, most of the lines he did. He talked about a bullet for Chris Brown. I'm like, damn. He mentioned the whole Fashion Week, saying he shouldn't have given him a pass. He should have hit him in the face. Like, he ain't Rihanna, you can hit me in the face and then you see what happens. And then he dropped a gem as well that I've never heard of, and I don't think most people have. He said that Frank Ocean beat Chris Brown in a fight, in a fade. Please people, how did we keep this secret? This is crazy. Now, everybody's going to be like chasing for this information, like, yo, when did this happen? And did this really happen? He mentioned Chris Brown's auntie getting tied up because Chris Brown didn't pay for something. We don't know what. And then he mentions again Karrueche. This is over Karrueche. This is back in the day. Wagwanin. He also mentions the Usher situation. You know where Usher apparently got hit by either Chris Brown or hit by somebody in Chris Brown's crew over Teyana Taylor, because Chris Brown was seen grabbing Teyana Taylor. We thought it was at some sort of altercation. Usher was meant to have gone over to try and speak to Chris Brown, and then apparently got hit in the mouth. Usher did not confirm this. Nobody's confirmed this, but Usher was asked about this on the Breakfast Club, and he did tentatively answer it in a way that something did happen. After that, he goes into the obvious stuff, like he calls him a junkie. It's kind of a good line actually. Probably the best line I felt was in this beef so far. He calls him a crackhead Michael Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, I did like that line. It was kind of hard because obviously Chris Brown is probably the closest we've got to another Michael Jackson. He's got the moves, he's got the voice, he's got the ladies loving him. You got that star quality. So mixing the two is kind of good. Yeah, but Quavo kind of just touched on everything that you would expect someone to touch on when dissing Chris Brown. The Rihanna thing, hitting women, the drugs. He even bigged him up in a way. He started saying that he used to be good. Look how you messed up your life. That's kind of subjective. I wouldn't say that he's messed up his life. He's doing pretty good. But 50 Cent again reacted to this as well. He says this, I don't know why I like all of this, but I like it. This heat, keep it coming. Breezy gonna punch him in the face. I think 50 and Chris Brown have a good relationship. They did that song Romeo and Juliet back in the day as well. But which song do I rate the highest? I mean, out of pure shock and surprise and excitement, I'll give it to Chris Brown. But I like the best line, like I said, was from Quavo, and I like the flow. It sounds like more of a hit song, the Quavo one. But overall, I have to say The Weakest Link by Chris Brown just edges it for me. It's just slightly better. And I have no doubt these two are going to keep going. Whether it's in songs or Instagram posts, I don't know. And Chris Brown did respond to Quavo's response online with multiple Instagram posts. One of them was, come on Quavius, with a whole bunch of tomatoes, rotten tomatoes, obviously saying that it's not a good diss song. Basically, you've got to come a bit stronger than that. In other posts, he said that this doesn't even warrant a response. I'm not responding to that, which kind of does make me feel like this won't go much further in terms of actual songs. They're more probably going to be more of an online thing. I wouldn't even be surprised if these two got into a little squabble, like their two camps get into it. I do feel like it's going to be like that because they've been beefing for quite a while, especially if it's over Karuchi, which was a long time ago. And a lot of these beefs these guys have, I ain't gonna lie people, it's generally over a female. But I wanna know what you lot think about these two diss songs and this beef overall. Which one do you rate higher? Leave a comment below, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.